of Women's Matters. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Women's Matters. And it is the last day of March and the last day of our International Women's Month, and also the last day of our series. You know, the series I'm talking about, my lessons to my younger generations. Because in line with the keeping with the theme of the International Women's Month, which is Give to Gain, we decided to talk to older women and ask them to give us advice to the younger women. Me, I'm even inside older women category like this, so, but I don't, what, I cannot be proud, so I will just allow us. For really, today I have with me one of my amazing big sisters. Like I've known this woman for, hey God, I don't even know how many years now, almost going on 20 years, like so many, so such a long time, right? And our conversation today is lessons to the younger generation, creating value as a homemaker mom. And you know how we do it on the group. I do not make any attempts to introduce her. Proud, love it. So, welcome, ma'am, and please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Coach Brenda. Thank you. It's nice to be here. And like you said,
It's
it's like
lovely
we've
to have
known each other forever. And
you. I know.
I'm so proud of the journey that we're both in. Seeing you
Hmm.
as a young lady in school, seeing
Mm-hmm.
you as as a wife, as a mother, and now this coach, Brenda, with a lot of young ladies coaching, and then with all the various expressions that I can say that I've seen you in, and I really want to commend you. This is over
Thank
a
you, ma'am.
hundred episode of the Women's Growth Academy
Yes.
podcast, Women Matters, and I'm so happy that I'm here in March, being my birthday month, and happy birthday
Yeah.
to your darling husband. I want to
Thank
say
you.
happy birthday to him for the support, for everything that he has done. I want to
Absolutely.
congratulate him, especially on his birthday, to say thank
Thank
you
you.
for being there for you, being so supportive, being so amazing. God bless and honor you.
Absolutely. Amen. Amen.
Okay,
Thank you. And
so
happy birthday to you too, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. So thank
Yes,
you for
happy to
seeing
have
me
you.
as one of those, ladies
Because
that can advise the younger ones.
honestly, since I've known you, you've always been somebody I've looked up to. You've always had a word or two for me in every situation. And I know that I have seen you even grow. And even then, I used to look at you like, okay, because you had older children. And I was like, okay, so at least you know more than me. Please help me here, help me there. And you were always full of words and wisdom. And even in every season of your life, I have watched you grow. I realize that there's a lot that you share with the world. Of course, I've seen in all your different expressions, from the complete women to the super wifey and all of that. So I know that you have a lot to offer, and I don't want us to lose track of that. While I try to, every time I take a theme or a topic, I try to go across all the different expressions of it so that people can find themselves in any of those guests that we bring in. So which is why you're here today. And of course, once you're above 50, please, ma, you are on elder status. So I don't want to hear it. I know that you're still young at heart. We love it like that, but you're now on elder status.
Oh my
So
God.
thank you so much, ma. You have not introduced yourself to us, so you spent your last how
Okay,
many minutes
so
hailing me. So please, ma,
let,
I'd like
let
to
me
hear your
introduce
introduction.
myself, okay?
Thank
So
you.
I'm Bridget Elesin, but a lot of people call me Coach Bridget Elesin. And
Mm,
what do I do? First of all, I tell people I'm a child of God. I love
absolutely.
God, He loves me, and I'm a woman of faith. And so everything I do comes from that spiritual part of me. And
Right.
then I'm a wife. I love my most favorite person. That's what I call my husband. He's my most favorite person in the world. We've been
I
married
love it.
22 years, going on 23 years by
Ooh,
June 14. It will be 23 years. And we have
wow.
three prophetic and amazing children. Okay, so right now
Absolutely.
I'm in the threshold of becoming a, will I say, adult mom, because I have, yes,
Yes.
two adults
Yes.
now and then soon to be adults.
Soon to be adult baby boy.
Last, yes, it will be 18 very soon.
Awesome.
So, and then one of our daughters will be leaving college. The other one going to third year, and the boy will be
You will
entering
see why I
college.
said she's able to advise us. Are you seeing it? Okay, carry on, ma.
So that is who I am. I have a calling towards men, and then my 9 to 5, or whenever I sleep, like I tell people, my job is a coach in the family space. I'm a marriage and family dynamics coach, but much more than that, I'm one
Mm,
person that believes in helping people connect with themselves, connect with God, and connect with
mm,
resources that will help them enjoy their life more than they will enjoy it. So that's how I
mm.
want to introduce myself.
I
And
love it.
currently, I live in Houston, Texas. And sometimes
How
people are
about
like,
you
"Oh,
left
you
me
left us.
here?
You
You left
left."
me here.
I
Hey.
remember, Brenda, we had some conversations, and then all of a sudden, this happened.
Uh-uh.
So a lot of people are like, when did you move? Oh, where are you? I said, oh, because the internet
Yeah,
makes it one global
yeah,
village. So nobody knows
absolutely.
where you are, and you just operate wherever you are. But I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for having
much.
me, Brenda. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I mean, that introduction says everything. I've already told you people that I have women of wisdom. As in, when I call them, they answer me because me too, I've saved. So if you want to be able to call women of wisdom, go and do the work. Mhm. So
Yeah.
now, Ma, let's get into the conversation of today. We've been talking about give to gain. We've been talking about how, I really love the theme of this year's International
Yeah.
Women's Month, which is to give to gain, because basically it's made all of us reflect, like, what do I have to give? What can I share that can help somebody else? And so we started talking about it that, okay, we have a lot of wisdom from the older generation that many of us are not privy to, because those days you used to sit
Yeah.
down with your aunties, your grandmothers, and learn. But now with internet and fast pace and everybody minding their own business, we hardly have access to this rich source of counsel, because even the Bible tells us that older women should teach younger women. And then
Yeah.
it wasn't incidental when it was written in the Bible, because it is a rich trove of knowledge passing down, knowledge handing down, that can help us to really escape the mistakes that other people have made. Now, that being said, we've had two amazing grandmas on the show, back to back. And I say, we don't have to always be talking to grandma. Let's come to someone that is almost a grandma, not quite there yet, but also not on our own level. She's not dealing with small
Yeah.
children in nursery and primary school. No, 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 no. You can hear she's talking college and things. I mean, adult children. So she's
Yeah.
she's been there, she's done that, and she's even seen a lot of life. She's lived in Nigeria, now she's living in the US, and navigate. I want to talk about what it is like navigating the home. I want to tell us, did you ever work, and when did you choose to start to stay at home with the kids, and when did you now metamorphose into this new life that you have, which is in coaching? Just tell us about the journey, and how a woman who finds herself having to stay at home because of the children may be able to find purpose and find meaning for her life. I think that's really what we want to talk about today.
Okay. Okay. So I would say I have done it all, and I have the badges to show for every stage of my life, all the transition stages, and up to where I am now. And what I
Mm,
would tell people is this: my journey is not your journey. Okay?
mm-hmm,
So even if
mm-hmm.
I'm telling you this is how far, it's also for you to know that your journey will be peculiar to
Peculiar.
you, because
Absolutely.
your husband is not mine, and the kind of children you have, they are not mine. But one thing I would tell any woman out there listening to us today or watching us is to
Mm,
understand, first of all, who are you as a person? Who are
mm,
you? Do you know you? Do you know
mm,
your temperament? Do you know your strengths, your
mm,
weaknesses? Do you know
mm,
what feeds your person? Okay, so I have been
mm.
big on knowledge right from when I was a young age. I'm big on
Right.
learning, I'm big on growing, I'm big on personal development. So that helped
Mm,
me. So before I got married, I was big on, going for seminars, learning from older
mm,
people. Interestingly, I grew up with my mom because she had me, I would say, as a teenager. She had me like when she was
mm,
19. She was
mm,
married because they got married quite early then. So I grew
mm.
up with her friends. I was always like the youngest
Handbag.
in the group. Yeah. So
Mm,
that gave me a lot of perspective, wisdom. So when they were talking marriage, I was listening. When they were talking
mm,
children, I was listening because I was almost
mm,
like a handbag. I'm the first of
Mm.
8 children, by the way.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so yes, I have two boys just after me. Then
Mm,
the fourth is a girl, the fifth is a girl, the sixth is a
mm.
boy, the seventh is a girl, and the eighth is a boy. Okay,
Oh,
so at
wow.
the end of the day, I grew up with boys.
Mm,
So I always tell people when
mm,
you see me sometimes like this tomboy, yes, I had to grow with my
mm,
brothers, and it was, and
mm,
if you know how it is to have boys immediately after you,
mm,
my dear,
mm.
they will toughen you up. So I got my baptism of leadership from home. Okay?
Right.
Just trying to make sure that my brothers were, you know, doing what my mom says and things like that. But I grew up in that kind of environment. And when it was time to get married, I
Mm,
knew what I wanted because I had older women, just like we say the Titus 2 women, older women
mm,
teaching me that I've seen their
mm.
lives. I've seen those that, oh, they've done well. I've seen
Yeah.
things. And then I was also, first of all, I was a church girl that was not
Mm,
really a good girl. Okay?
mm.
I had my own lifestyle, but I loved God right from time. So when it came to marriage, I wanted God's will. I didn't want my own will. You know, like you say, oh, I'm in the dating market. Oh, I have people after me. I have this. I was very, very particular about God. I want your will. Very, very particular about
Yes.
that. So along the line, I'm one of those persons that kept giving my life to Christ. And then one day I said, no more going back, no turning back. This is it. This is it for real, for real. And that was
Mm,
it for me. And from there, luckily, I was not married when I made that decision. And that words of, I will get it right in marriage and I'm going to marry the person that will be God's will
God
for me.
wants.
That helped.
Mm,
So the
mm,
journey of marriage was another. And I tell people this simple thing. Before I got married, I read this book. I will always talk about books. I read this book
mm,
by Paul Yonggi Cho called The Fourth Dimension. Paul
mm,
Yonggi Cho used to be the founder of the largest church, I think in, was it South Korea then?
mm.
So I read this book because I was big on faith and read the book, and he said something to a lady that was believing God then for a husband to say, write the qualities you want in a man and pray about it. So that was what I did. I wrote the qualities I wanted in a man. Interestingly, the person I was dating then did not fit all the things I wrote down.
Yeah, this.
So
Mm.
I was just like, I don't know how you do it, God. I left it there
I
and
have to
just
pursue
kept,
this one.
yes, kept praying. And I was just myself.
Mm,
I'm big on family, I'm big on people. So at the end of the day, God did it and changed my story. The interesting thing is, I met
mm,
my husband while serving. If you live in Nigeria, you know the NYSC. That was how we
mm.
met. I still tell people there would have been no meeting point for my husband and I. We are
Yes.
two different people. But that was God's orchestration to bring us together. And so we met, and there was nothing going on because then my real faith journey started. Like now I was getting
Mm,
serious with myself, getting serious with my
yes. Just with
belief in
God.
God and the things I wanted for my life. So I met him at that point where all I wanted was just a friend. I was not interested in, oh, anything to do with any man. And so
Mm,
we journeyed along being friends until he now decided, okay, the story of our courtship and co,
mm.
I will share. It will be too long. So let me just put it that we got married eventually. And
Okay.
what I wanted to a certain extent was what I saw. But getting
Mm,
married was another thing. One, I was first, first of eight. So I was getting married to
yes.
somebody that
So
was fourth of five.
you were queen mother in your house. So let us see more.
So when you when you get married like that, my husband was, he's still very calm, quiet. You know, he's
Mm,
an introvert. I'm an extrovert.
mm,
So we had a lot of refining to do.
mm,
We had a lot of refining to do. Our temperaments, as at the time we got married, was
mm,
clashing big time. I was,
Yeah.
all over the place. He's this calm person. I still tell people, if you take me and my husband, you put us in a place and you want to do an experiment and say in 30 minutes, you sit still and let's see. In 1 hour, I will still be in that seat.
You see me
In
there?
15 minutes max, I would have gone.
Like, please, no, I did not kill anybody. Why am I sitting here? Is it prison?
Honestly. So
God have a sense of
we've been
humor.
like that.
Like that, man.
We've been like that. And we complement each other. We
Mm,
complement each other. So
absolutely.
for me, being a wife, I went through a series of counseling. Let me put it that way. I did
Mm,
counseling in the church. We left in Nigeria.
mm,
I did counseling in my mother's church because she insisted. My parents are Baptist. My mom was Baptist. My
mm.
dad is now part of the church. But as at then, he was doing his thing. But my mom has been a strong church person
That's
and a
mm,
Baptist. So I got married in the Baptist church in Benin.
mm.
And I had two levels of counseling as well
Yeah.
with some people that, okay, I had issues before I got married. And what was the issue? It was also the way, I would say, the way I talk. They would say, oh, you are
Mm,
bold, you are this and that. And when it comes to people you're getting married to, like I'm in a cross-cultural marriage. I'm not my husband's
mm.
tribe. Okay, he's Yoruba and I'm Edo. And my Edo is the real Bendel. I grew up in Benin City. I was born there, grew up
Yes.
in Benin, and I've lived in some parts of Delta as well. So
Mm,
I had that issue that I had to resolve because at the end of the day, it was a case of, oh, will this girl not be too much for our brother? In the sense that we should not be the
mm,
one dictating his life. We should not be the one,
mm,
saying things. So, but all of that, I think God was just trying to teach me to,
mm.
calm down and pay
Be calming
attention to your
down.
relationship. Yes. Pay attention to
Mm,
this man. Pay attention to your marriage. And that helped me because all of the counseling session just helped my marriage that in the first few years we didn't really have so much drama. The main drama we had was temperament. We still have it till today. We, we still have it till today, you know. So in terms of going through life as a wife, my husband is, how will I say it now? He has expectations. So I will not deceive anybody that, oh, he didn't have expectations. His first
mm.
expectation was he wanted a woman like his mom. The mom was very calm,
What
quiet,
how do we undo this matter?
yeah, very calm and quiet
Mm,
woman. So
mm.
he wanted that kind of wife. And I remember those days I used to tell him, Tunde,
But you
I'm
saw
not
me
like your
now.
mom.
I'm not your mother. You
I
saw
can
me when
never
we
be
get
like your
married.
mom.
It's not going to happen.
I am Bridget. Mommy is Mommy Esther. I can never be like her. You
Mhm.
understand? So that we had to get clear from the get go. Because what
Mm.
he was looking for was a quiet woman. I was not that picture of his mom at all.
Oh,
And that was a battle initially. But later, he got to understand my person and he got to
mm.
know that, hey, if I had somebody like my mom, my life will not be the way it is now.
No, no way. You cannot put two white
Because
people together. What's going to happen? Hey, father.
his dad was the opposite of his mom. His dad was
Mhm,
like me. If you see his
mhm,
dad and me, then before he passed on, you would think he was
mm,
my dad. Same
mm,
color.
mm,
And if then I used to manage events, I was an events manager then. If he comes to
mm,
Lagos, he was living in Akure. If he comes around and I have to go do some things with my company or whatever, he was, oh, let me come with you. Let me do
mm,
this with you. And when people see him, you think he's my dad.
mm.
He was that kind of
Oh,
person. He
wow.
would be able to also sit, but then he had a wife that complimented him perfectly.
Perfectly. Right.
So that was it for us. Getting married, and then the learning started. We had our first child in 10 months after marriage. So it's one
Mm,
thing to be the first of 8 children, it's another thing to now be a mother.
mm,
I had to
mm,
relearn.
mm,
I had to relearn. And that relearning was not funny. I don't know how to say it. It was not funny at
Because,
all.
mm,
It was
nobody
not funny,
prepares you.
being a mom.
Mm,
Now I had to take care of a child. And we were
mm.
two people just married,
Trying to
trying to
understand
understand
yourself.
ourselves,
Mm,
and now a child was in the mix. How do we move on? But thank God for my mom. She came around. I also had my sister in law living with us. I had my younger
mm,
sister living. So somehow I had help.
mm.
And then, like 2 years later, the second came. 2 years later, the third came. So, in a space of, will I say, 5 years, I had three
Mm.
children.
Wow.
So, the real work of being a mom started.
That started.
Started. And I was working. It was
Mm,
8 to 5 then, working as an event manager in a company that
mm.
works for manages event for corporate organizations. So I had my
Okay.
own account and I had to support other people's accounts as well. So I
Mm,
went through that journey because I just got the job. I was living in Benin, moved to Lagos to get a job. It was not easy. First of all, Lagos was not, in quotes, was not my thing because I was like,
mm.
how do I survive here? So I
This
had to
place.
learn, yes, how to survive in a big city, how to navigate the
Mm,
transport system, and so many things. But one thing I would tell women is this: your support system.
mm,
Who
mm.
are your support system? Who is your
Very
support
important.
system? If you don't
Mm.
have support system, then you are doing yourself a big disfavor or disservice.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you need a support system. So I had a support system from colleagues,
Mm,
friends. My relatives were not really there, but at least my husband's younger sister lived with us before she now got married. My younger sister
mm,
was with me, though she had to go to school. But those
mm.
people helped in, just being there
Yeah,
in terms of raising the children.
absolutely.
Then I had to now deliberately start having my friends, people that we had similar values,
Mm.
that we could say, okay, this is us. And what we now did was some of us moved into an estate and we could babysit for each other.
Oh, amazing. That's amazing. That's priceless. Like in this
So till
Lagos.
today, I tell people, look for people with similar values, make friends with people
Mm,
that have your values. What are really values? My husband says values are principles that helps you to make 1,000 decisions upfront. So
mm.
your
I love that.
values,
Are
yes,
principles that help you make
that
a
will
thousand
help you make a
decisions
thousand
upfront.
decisions up front. So
That's
once you
amazing.
decide these are my values, we have our family value
You
as
immediately know what
love.
is no and what is yes. Immediately.
That is
That
it.
that definition is so spot on. So
So it
spot on.
helps you with the kind of people in your circle. It helps you with the kind
Mm,
of family you bring around your children. It helps you with
mm,
business partners. It helps you with everything because you've decided these are my values and this is where
mm.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
having those values helped us to say, okay, we want a community of friends that at the end of the day, we will share same faith, we will
Mm,
share love for family, love for others, and also share
mm,
the love for personal growth and development. So those were the
mm,
kind of people we were looking for. And we
mm,
had some of them. So one was a friend that has been my friend, and she's still one of my closest friend and sister,
mm,
and we all lived together. And another friend also
mm.
moved into the same estate, and we had that, how will I say it now, we had children within the same age
Age group.
range. And
Right.
though my daughter was the oldest, so she became like the big sister automatically. That's my first child,
Mm,
was the oldest. So
mm,
their started from some, the other one was from the third, the second. So I think my two children were older than theirs. But we were able to manage ourselves. To say, okay, this is what we
mm.
want. Play dates, and things like that. So it was
Yeah.
easy to
It's
just
very, very,
have
very, very important.
serious support.
Mm,
Then within our church community, we also had friends that were like mentees, and from there we just started growing. So that
mm,
support system helped a lot both
This
family in
is
terms of relatives and friends that we had. So it was so easy. I remember one of them, one of our support system, we became support to each other. So our children went to the same school. I'm not
mm,
so much of a morning person. I'll get the children ready in the morning, hand them over to them. They will take the children to school. I will pick my children
in
and
the
theirs
afternoon.
in the afternoon
Mm. That that
while they
that
were working.
system is a priceless system. Priceless.
So that helped. And then I used
Absolutely.
to work and stopped working. I also had that phase of being a domestic goddess. And why did I stop working? My
Tell
work those
us.
days, yes, took me around the country. So,
Mm,
and being an event person, they have events here, you have to go and things like that. It got
mm,
to a point we noticed, and my husband too had work related travels. We noticed that our children, like they were being parented, let me put it that way, by the television. There was a day, true life story.
mm,
Our daughters came
mm.
to us and said, Mommy, Daddy, if you guys get divorced, who will we stay with?
Whoa. Still
I'm
question.
like, where's this coming from?
Oh
He
my
said,
days.
no. If who will Davina stay with then? Who will Grace stay with? Who will we stay with? I'm like, where is this
Oh
coming
my
from?
God.
And I said, oh, the suit life of Zack and Cody. Zack and Cody have their parents.
Really?
It was a Disney program. The children, live in a cruise ship. So at the end of the day, they were watching that and they saw it as okay. Zach and Cody's parents were apart, and one
Mm.
person they were both living with their mom, but then one
And they
person
needed
had to go live with
okay.
the dad. I'm like, nobody's getting divorced here. Nobody is
I
going
know.
anywhere.
Uh-uh.
So, but that just showed me that you know what, we have to turn this script. If we're not
We
careful,
have to focus.
yes. So we looked at it critically to know that okay, my husband was earning more. He had more career advancement
Mm.
compared to mine. So we sat down and we agreed. And then I'm more of a nurturer till date. I'm a nurturer. I'm also someone that is hands-on. So it was like, you know what? Let's sit down, talk about this. You stay at home. Even if you want to do business, you want to do anything, fine. But
Mm.
be in control of your time while I will continue working. So that was what we did. I was like, this will be for like 10 years till maybe last. I think I was pregnant with the third child then. And so after that, I transited into my domestic goddess phase, being
Bro,
a full-time
how you put it? This
housewife.
domestic goddess. I love
I
it.
hated that title. When you say housewife, I say I'm not married to a house. Why are you calling me
No,
housewife?
I love it. And you should totally speak of yourself how you wish. Because really, that
Yes.
housewife is such a stupid title. I don't know, whoever
So I
got it.
said, no, I don't want that. I'm not married to the house. So when I put
Ah,
domestic goddess there, people were like, what does that mean? I said, oh, I make things happen for my family and for others.
I
I said,
love it.
really?
Love
That was
it.
it. So I owned my title and I'm like, oh, I'm the domestic goddess. But then I could do my business. I could do whatever I wanted to do, even as a full-time wife, like at home. But I
Yeah.
loved my title. And then that was when I started really, drop off the children. And I will tell people this. My son one day came, you know
Mm.
how it is, they used to get into use the school bus then. And he came one day and he was like,
Yes.
oh, mommy does not have a office. I can't remember what we were saying. And I'm like, really? Because he will
Oh
come back. Yes, the truth is your children are watching. Even if you are working from
my
home, package
God.
yourself well. I will tell women
Yes.
this. Package
Yes.
yourself well. Because sometimes we'll say, oh, we are housewife, it doesn't matter. They see you in
Mm.
your nightgown. They come back from school, they see you in the nightgown. Don't let that happen to you. Normally, I won't
Friends'
even let
moms.
that.
And they see their friend's mom coming with high heel and fine makeup. This thing happened to me in my son's school. I went to pick him one day. One child was telling the mother that, can't you be like Kobero's mother? See how Kobero's mother looks. Someone now came to me and said, my child says she likes your nails, she likes your lipstick. Hey, help me now. What do I need to do? I say, hey, madam, you to look at yourself now. You came to pick child from school. I know you're not working, you're not going anywhere, but at least make some effort. She now said, I say, yes. Even that time they were talking, I was working for myself at the time. It's not my
Yeah.
hard work. If I get to my son's school, I will park in the car. If I was wearing slippers before I change it to shoe, I'll put lip gloss, even if it's only lip gloss, brush my
Yeah.
hair, cover my face, and walk down and carry myself for so even if because Some women will show up with bonnets, hair
No,
bonnets, with
no,
slippers. I'm like, what is this?
no.
You need to respect your child by coming down
Yeah,
and showing up well because they
yeah.
talk among themselves.
Very
These
true.
kids.
Very, very true. You remember we were both in a school where our children, that was how we
That's how we
reconnected
met.
after the fact that,
Yes.
yeah, we went to the same university, but we reconnected and
Mm.
became closer when
Yeah.
we met in that school. And what happened, I was PTA chairperson of that school for 5 years.
Mm.
And for me, it was the growth. The growth then was learning and seeing people. Just this thing you said. I used to talk to
Yeah.
some moms that were like, you can't wear night gown to come drop your children. What if you get
I
here and something
understand.
happens on the way and you have to
And you
come
have to
out?
calm
Will
down.
you be, what will happen to you? So I'm more of a
What if
one-on-one
it's
person. So I
mm,
used to talk to some people, different things. So why am I saying this? We need to understand you want to be your own person. It's okay, it's
mm,
fine. I can't be like Brenda. Brenda can't be like me. Be your unique
no.
self. But in your uniqueness, please package yourself well. I'm not saying package to go do expensive hair, to do things you can't afford. No. I'm saying always look
Mm,
put together. Always look
mm,
neat. Always make sure the way you go out, even if you need to have a meeting with the president on the way, it's possible for
mm.
somebody to say, oh, just tag along. Because I've had opportunities like that
Yes.
where people say, oh, come with
You
me for
never
this
know.
meeting. Why? Because of the way I was
Yes.
dressed.
You must always, I tell my daughters this now. You know how children now just feel as if, oh, please, I can't be bothered. It's comfort over. I said, listen, you can be
No.
comfortable and still be well put together. I didn't say you should wear high heels. Even if you want to wear flats or you want to wear trainers, but
Yeah.
just be conscious about your being well put together because who knows? Who knows where you're going to go to from there? It has happened so many times. One day we went to
Yeah.
church. She likes to feel as if, oh, I don't need to dress up to church. It's church. It's church. I'm like, my
No.
own mother. You would dress up. Those days when we were
Yeah.
younger. Hey, meet with go. This is my Gen Z, no one dress up. Don't want to go to church anyhow.
Yeah.
I've talked and talked and talked. And I said, well, it's better they even go than to say because of dressing, we'll now fight and they will not go. I said, talk, God will help them. So one of those days now, this child went anyhow and got there and saw her schoolmates. Hey, she almost entered the ground.
Uh-huh.
Like the way she was standing behind me. I was like, what's the problem? I'm going to say hello to your friend. Say, hey. I said, I like the way God used to walk. I don't need to talk too
Yeah.
much. From that day,
Hmm.
you didn't need to talk because you don't know where you're going to meet your friends. You think it's me
Yeah.
you're disgracing by coming anyhow. Thank God you've seen your own friend. I was so happy that day. I didn't need to say anything again. Hey, these children.
Yeah.
So,
So it's,
it's very important to always dress appropriately. Very, very
yeah.
important. Very
Even if you're
important.
a jeans, I'm a very casual dresser. I tell people this. I'm a casual dresser, but I had to learn
Mm-hmm,
to do better with my
mm-hmm.
dressing. And I had to learn to the
That's
point
okay.
where I went for seminars that they taught us how to dress, what to wear,
Mm-hmm.
if you know you are,
No.
for example, you want to show cleavage, don't show legs so that you don't become
Mm-hmm.
somehow like people will start
You're
calling you
not selling
names.
markets.
You are not,
You
thank
see,
you. I didn't
I
want to
don't,
use the offensive word, because there are sisters
you're not
as
selling
well.
market.
But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, learn to
Mm-hmm,
dress properly. And then when you are also married, learn to
mm-hmm,
dress like somebody's wife and mother. Okay? So dress
mm-hmm.
appropriately. Even if I'm a jeans and top person, but I will make sure I
Yeah.
get very good tops. And then another thing I will tell
Mm-hmm.
ladies is the kind of bras you get. Because sometimes it makes
Mm.
or mar what you wear.
True.
So I had to learn
True.
from a friend that, she owned like a fashion place and like, oh, when women come, even if the dress is elegant, when they wear those very loose bras and stuff like that, it will just make the dress look drab.
Right.
So I had to learn how to package. And it took me some time. So it wasn't as if, oh, I just arrived here, oh, looking, no. But my mom taught me long ago that no matter what you are going through, whether you are having challenges at home, things are going wrong, your lip gloss and your powder must not leave your purse.
Pause at all points in time because who
They
knows?
must not leave your purse. So when you
Because
are going, make sure. Then your hair, your hair. So
yes.
personal grooming, apart from learning, because I went to a boarding school in Benin,
Mm,
apart from
mm,
learning personal grooming from the boarding house, I also learned personal grooming at home. So I tell
absolutely.
people, as a woman, your look, your smell, everything must be intact. Because we will just assume, oh, it does not matter. It matters. Especially when it comes to
Mm.
the person you are married to. It matters that you look good because they go out
Mhm.
there, they are always looking, as in they see people, they look at ladies, they see their colleagues, they see people, and they come home to their wives and you are not it. So don't use the
Mm.
excuse of I'm a mother, oh, I'm overwhelmed. Then learn the
Yes.
principle of delegation. Learn the principle of, placing priorities on the things you should place priorities on. Learn the principle of, setting your schedule. What do I need to do to get ready per day? So that you are not waking up in a hurry. You are not waking up
Yes.
and you are running through life. So you need to learn
Yes.
that. I learned that early enough. And then I also learned how to run my home. I've watched my
You know,
mom do it.
yes, ma. I want this thing you talked about, learning how to, plan yourself and everything. It's a
Yeah.
very important skill that I find that a lot of women struggle with, especially those of
Mm,
them who are, domestic goddesses or stay-at-home
mm,
moms. And this is because you kind of feel like the whole day is ahead of you. Before you know it, before you look up, it's already 4 o'clock.
yeah.
Those people that go to work, many times at least we are driven by the clock in terms of, okay,
Mm,
you have to be out the door by this time. You
yeah.
have to be because you're going to be at work. But the woman who thinks, oh, I have all day, it tends to let time slip away. So I want you to help us share, because you've been at work before and you've
Yeah.
also been at home. Share with us what tips can they use to actually help themselves to do better with time management and do a lot more with their time. All those in between times when children have gone to school, things that they can do to actually help. You talked a lot about personal development because
Mm,
here's what I find: many of these women, because they say, I'm taking a break. I'm looking after my kids, which is amazing. It's very honorable. It's very noble. I love it. I mean, if I had the opportunity, I would. In fact, I took a break myself sometime. I took a
yeah.
4 year break too. So
Mm,
it's a very noble thing. I don't even discountenance it, but I just say that how do we help these women, to make more use of their time, being that they are at home? What can they be doing? What can they do to develop themselves? Because I don't want anybody to feel like they're disadvantaged simply because they are looking after kids. Because God didn't call you to this world just to born
mm,
children. Let's be
yeah.
clear. Everybody
Yeah.
has a clear purpose
Purpose. Yeah.
separate from this your birthing of children. So
Mm-hmm.
I want you to speak to that a little bit, please, ma'am.
Okay. So for me, what I started to do was to understand my person. And with
Mm,
my kind of person, I'm an extrovert. So I can get caught up in gisting, talking with my friends, or doing things that will not add value. But my home was priority for me. And
yeah.
so what did I do specifically was, one, knowing that, okay, if I don't take control of my day, another person will, or other activities will. So till date,
Absolutely.
I still have my schedule. It's not written, but it's there. So the first thing first is, when my kids were younger, they
Mm,
were still in primary school, I would get their things ready at night. To say, in the morning is not when we are looking for shoes, it's not when we are looking for uniform, when we are looking for anything. No, we get ourselves ready in the night. So
before.
everything is ready. And
Mm,
then in the morning, basically, breakfast was not more than cereal or maybe bread and egg, just something very light and simple. And then maybe those days that you used to have noodles, you just do noodles and co. That was like breakfast, but basically it was bread and eggs and then cereal. Okay, so
mm.
you have everything ready. You wake up at the time you know, okay, this person takes his time taking his bath. If a child
Now
takes
it's
the
wake up
time
earlier.
taking his bath, let that child take a proper
Wake
bath
up
at
earlier.
night. Sponge,
Hmm.
do everything. So in the morning, the child is just rinsing and not doing all the full works.
Mm,
So
mm,
make sure you know how they go to the bathroom, all the things that they do. So in the morning, you are not having issues. So you know the person that you will have issues with bath, the person that will not want to wake up immediately.
mm,
The person that will
mm,
not want to wake up is the first person you wake up. So that as they are
So
still
that's why you're giving the Big
stretching,
Maroli.
the others are taking their bath. So when
I
they
love
are
it.
fully awake, the others would have finished.
Mm,
And then you can now help them get ready, take breakfast. If it's school bus, they are ready because they have a time for the school bus. And what we tell ourselves is 5-10 minutes to that time, they must be fully prepared, everything
yes.
ready, because nobody is waiting for anybody. If they delay in
Absolutely.
your home, they will delay in picking other children. So you have to
Mm,
be very sensitive to other people's plight too, because
right.
the school bus
Yes.
runs on a schedule.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
if you are taking them to school and you know you have things to do, interestingly, I ended up working where my children they were going to school. I was
Mm,
managing an event center there, so we would go together. After some time,
mm,
we started going together. After the initial stage of getting my estate friend or family friend to take the children,
mm.
I started working there. So I will get ready, but sometimes they will take them, then I'll go and join later, go early and do what I have to do. But getting them prepared on time is key. And
Mm.
in terms of even church, same thing. We were big on going to church. You get their
Yes,
clothes and everything ready a night before. Because if we don't do
absolutely.
that, in the morning it will be
It will be
chaos.
chaos. Chaos. Unbelievable. Especially when you have little kids. Oh my God,
I'm
it's
telling
chaos in the
you.
morning.
So we had to learn, and it was deliberate learning, knowing each child, knowing their temperament, knowing how I could manage to save time in getting
Mm,
them ready. And we did all of that. But by the time they were ready to go to secondary school, my husband insisted, oh, they are going to the boarding house. It was not funny because I was the only person in my house that went to a boarding house, and I didn't find the experience initially funny. But later, when we agreed, we prayed about it, looked for a
yeah.
school that we could talk with the people there, and it was easy to get that kind of school. And from there, all our children went to a boarding house and same school. But like I will always
Mm,
tell people, it's always been like that. Some people say, oh, they can go to this school. No, I wanted everybody in one space. I could manage them
mm,
in one space, and everybody went to the same school. And I followed them up. So
mm.
I've been like a
Mm.
semi-empty nester for a very long time. So when they
Oh,
come
wow.
back, I shut down. But it was while I was, a domestic goddess that I started my coaching journey. All I was doing was, I
Mm,
want to learn, I want to grow, I want to learn. And I had a lot of friends that were in the coaching space around me. So they will have
yes,
seminars, I will be there. Sometimes to help them, and from there I'll start learning. Sometimes I will pay intentionally to learn. So I
yes.
started growing, and where I am today is as a result of that growth. So I tell people, even if you are not interested in being a coach, you're going to be a coach to your children if you decide to have children as a woman. You're going to be a coach to your maybe nieces and nephews. It
Yeah,
pays for you
absolutely.
to grow yourself. Your personal development
Because
is your own business.
absolutely. I wanted to even chip in there that this personal development thing and coaching thing, well, I'm sure you realize this already because your children are adults. As
Yeah.
your children get into a certain stage, it's no longer the parenting I used to parents for 5 years
No.
and 10 years old. It's now coaching, it's now
Yeah.
mentoring.
Yeah.
So if you don't have anything to give, the children will quickly realize that and they will quickly start to carry their questions somewhere else. They'll take their questions
Yeah.
somewhere else, and you will not be the one to guide. You don't get a chance. You will no longer have a front seat in their lives.
In their life.
And
Very
that
true.
is the time that they do need you. Because if they don't ask you, they're going to be asking friends that don't have sense. Friends like
Yeah.
them who are also searching. So all of them
Yeah.
are going to be blind leading the blind. But if you do not have this, you don't have some stuff off your head, you've not developed yourself through books, through courses, through coaches, whatever it is, you would have nothing to give. And if you have nothing to give, you would lose your children. So even
Yeah.
if you don't feel like there's any need to develop yourself, think about your children.
Very
What would you
true.
share with them? What would you be
Very
able to
true.
deliver to them when they've gone to that stage? Because the children nowadays are nothing like what we were growing up. Nothing.
Yeah.
You have to
Very
be
true.
constantly learning to be able to match up with them and have conversations with them because they can spot hypocrisy from a mile off. And the minute they sense to you that this one does not even have anything, they tune off. You'll just be
Yeah.
talking. Then you now start resorting to
You're
shouting.
very correct. You're
You now
very, very
resort to
correct.
shouting. I'm your
Yeah.
because I'm your mother. My friend, what did you
No,
auntie? It's
they
not
will
by
not.
that one.
No, 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 no. You need to be able to give value for them to
Yes,
value you as a mom. You need to be
absolutely.
able to give value. And why I say this is a lot of women are just like birth canal. When it comes to parenting,
Mm,
they have no knowledge. I was very
mm,
intentional because I saw what my mom did. Even as someone that didn't go to university, I saw
mm.
what she did with us and the way she raised us, being kind people, the way she raised us as homemakers, being able to
Yeah.
cook, clean. My brothers can
Yes,
all cook and clean and do things.
absolutely.
If they
Absolutely.
cook here, you think they are women. Say where cooking is a woman. I said no, it's a life skill. My mom taught us that it's not a woman's job.
Yes.
We all took
Absolutely.
turn as ladies, then go to the market with her, doing things. We all had our chores growing up. So same thing with our children. We had to teach them how to have chores so that wherever they find themselves, they'll be able to contribute and not become a
Yeah.
nuisance to that household. So I
Mm,
was very, very
mm,
intentional. First of all, with our children, I tell people this story all the time. Say if I had known, maybe it would have been different. We did not give them telephone until they were 13. We
mm,
had that ceremony of when you turn 13, what you will get is a
mm,
phone. So they were
mm,
like, what is happening? They used to, my phone was their phone then
mm.
to talk to their friends because we didn't
Yeah.
want that gadget thing. And then during school days, there was nothing like TV. After the issue we had with
Mm.
that Suit Life of Zack and Cody episode of Who Are
Give
We
me
Going
one
to Stay?
picture.
My sister, I stopped everything about TV.
Give
You
me a
only
secret.
watch TV maybe weekend, and we will ask ourselves what kind of program do we want you to watch? Programs that will help you, not just any program. So it was we were very, very intentional in the way we raised them. Raising them with faith, believe in God, prayers, raising them also to be intentional to take care of themselves. So at the end of the day, we just didn't leave them to themselves. So we also helped
Mm.
them in being interested in reading books. I remember my children would read. We used to buy books for them at a certain time. Every week, we go to church, they pick a set of books, they read. They go to school, they have a bookstore in the school. We will also buy.
Yeah.
So my children, they were readers. And there was something I used to do then. Before they would go to school, I used to listen to some podcast. This was way back as 10 years old. This is not even now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I will play the podcast 10, 15 minutes. They will listen before they go to school.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay.
One of my daughters actually joined the woman's workshop and paid, then it was like $8. The day she came and like, oh, I need to pay for this person's program. I'm like, who introduced you to this person? You are doing program with her and everything. But she was more interested in learning and growing. So I tell people, all the things you see, even my son, there was a day he saw a billboard somewhere. Because of the level of growth and everything he has seen with me and seen with himself, he said, Mommy, why are you not on that billboard? They should call you to be one of the speakers. That was value that he
Mm-hmm.
has seen. My mom can add value to these people. I said, don't worry, son. One day I'll be there.
Mm.
So what am I saying? They need to see you growing because what you do is more important to them than what you say. So
And
if you
what
are
you
saying
see.
something and doing something else, they will catch it that you are not worth following. You just say things that you
Mm.
don't follow up, you don't do.
Mm.
Even when it comes to disciplining my children, if I tell you, I tell people, then if you come to my house, say, oh, I'm going to spank you. Don't tell them I'm going to spank you and you don't do it. Anything you say,
You
you
must
will
do it too.
deliver. So please, don't groom the children and leave them to themselves. They need your help. They need you. Yes, parenting is not a forever job. Being a parent is forever, but being parenting as a job is not forever. You parent till they are
Mm.
18, and then, like Coach Brenda said, you have to now move to the space of being advisor, being a coach to them. But parenting from 0 to 18, that is your job description. You have to parent them with
Absolutely.
rules, you have to parent them with values, and if you're a person of faith, whatever you believe in, you have to let them know that there's a supreme being, and you have to parent them well so that they find God for themselves. And those were the
Absolutely.
things we did. And they all left home early. Our first left home when she was about 17. The other before she was 17. And then our son,
Yeah.
I think before he was about 14 or 15, before he turned 15.
Mm. And you would never have expected that they would leave that early, you see?
My
So
dear, my
thank God you had already
journey
started doing the work.
is
Thank
different
God.
from, that's why I keep telling you, my journey is different.
Because you never
Things we
know.
didn't
You'll be thinking you
expect.
have till 18. You say, oh, I have till 18 with these children. Let
No,
me take my time. Come on. You don't know what would happen next. You don't know where the
I'm
Lord is
telling
taking
you.
you. I love
I,
that.
this journey was based on goal setting for us. Like I keep telling people, say, oh, how did they end up here? As a family, we used to set goals every year. We still do till today because we
mm,
come from a church where every year our pastor will tell you set goals. Have your dream
mm,
board. Dream what you want. So some of the things we did long ago and we started manifesting was as a result of those dreams. Habakkuk 2,
mm,
2 to 3 says, write the vision and make it plain, so that those that see it will run. He said, the vision may tarry, but wait for it. It will not be long, it will come to pass. So I always tell people, as a woman, what are your dreams of being a woman for yourself, a wife, a mother, being a minister or a career person? What do you want to achieve? So you need to write those goals down and follow it with action. Because if you write it and you are not following it up, it's a different thing. So I
mm.
have coaches in different areas of my life. I'm in different communities that I feed from. Why? I want to grow to be the best of me.
Yeah.
And I have
Yeah.
grown. Like
Yeah.
with
It's
Women's Growth
obvious.
Academy, with all the things that you do, with all the trainings that you do, I have
Mm.
grown. I know some of the things that you do for birthdays, and I know definitely you and my brother will be somewhere,
We're
it
doing
is your
something right
style.
now.
It is your style. Our Brenda package, and I learned that from my mom actually. It's not
Mm.
about the money. I tell people first, 1 year birthday is for the parents. The child is not aware of what is happening. But you mark
No.
it, you take pictures, you do things that you have to do. You are not any party you throw when they are a year old or even 2. You are throwing it for yourself and your friends. And it's good.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying you can keep that money in a trust fund and keep the money for the child. For our third
Yeah.
child, first 2 we threw parties and did things. The last one we didn't do because then we were wiser. And we said this
Mm.
birthday, we did cake, took pictures. So every year we will take picture, we will do things just to mark the day. But when I met Brenda,
Yes.
it was a different level. She was specific in the things she would do, the kind of gifts that she would give them. And I still do that till date to say, okay, what do you want? Even if it's restaurants, now that they are older, where do you want to go to? You
Yes.
choose your restaurant and we play games, even while they are there, telling them things we love about them, things we expect them to change. So their birthdays is always like a review for us. That's the extra that we add to it. But what am I saying? When you get into communities and you see that, oh, I already have things I'm doing, they will help you improve. So sometimes you have to pay your way into platforms. Sometimes you have to look for free platforms that will add value to you because you are growing and you are doing life. There are things you must
So,
know that you don't know, and you don't know everything. So I will thank you,
mm.
Brenda, for Women's Growth Academy. I am there.
Thank
I am
you.
learning. I am growing. Like last week, I followed Mommy's podcast with you back to back, and I'm like, whoa, this is
Yes.
my namesake, first of all. And though I
Yes.
know your sisters as well, and I know your journey, but just hearing from her showed me the
Mm.
intentionality of how
Mm.
she raised all of you. When
Mm.
she was saying, oh, I had to leave this. When they moved to school, I had to follow. I said, that's what I've done. That's been my life,
Mm.
my sweat, my blood. So when people see my children sometimes and they're like, oh, what did you do? Where? This? I'm like, my
It's,
dear,
it's,
it's
it's, it's in the
everything.
following. Oh. It's in the following.
It's everything.
It's in the following.
Even now that I'm not with them, God is with them. I am praying them into things and whatever. So please, young ladies, I'm not saying don't go on social media. I'm not against social media. It's been a blessing to me. My career, my ministry, everything I do, social media has added value. Some of the friends I have met, some of the, as in really solid friends, some I met
Yes.
online. As a result of the value I was adding to a community, they became my friends, and from there, it became more than just people in a group. So you don't know who your helper of destiny is. So when you get into group, please add value. When you get into groups, please do things that will help. And apart from that, is also you learning to grow yourself and grow your family. So my life has been a life of progress, of intentional growth. I'm not stagnant. Every day I have my schedule. Then every day I must listen to a podcast, apart from reading my Bible and listening. Sometimes if I can't read, I play the audio Bible, but I must read the Word of God.
It's important. It's
Prayer
important.
is there. Then I must
Mm.
listen to learn. You must grow. Please don't leave your personal growth to chance. Look for somebody that is making progress. Coach Brenda is making
Mm.
progress with not just her life, with her marriage, with her parenting, with her career. Learn, be mentored. Sometimes you have to pay. Some people would rather buy how many thousand
Yeah.
wig, but to go and
Yeah.
pay for coaching is a problem. You are doing
Mm.
yourself a disservice.
Mm.
Please learn to invest in yourself and invest in your
Absolutely.
children. I can't count how many workshops my children have gone for. Just paying. We
Absolutely.
see anything, they go. And they have mentors. They have
Absolutely.
mentors from those
They are not too young
experiencing.
to have mentors.
They are
Yes.
not.
Yes.
One of my daughter
Yes.
is a podcaster. She does her 10
Mm.
questions with Davina. The other
I
one
love it.
is, yeah. So she started that when she was 14.
I remember.
This
Mm-hmm.
is almost 6 years now. She'll be 20
Mm.
soon. Already in
Mm.
college, making.
You,
I
that
keep
will
telling
be
her, saying,
20.
now that girl is inspiring me to become more because she doesn't see anything as impossible. Once she hears and she puts her mind to it, she's a go-getter. She goes. Her sister is
Mm.
more reserved, but she also is doing amazing work. And I will
Mm.
end this conversation with what your children will become later. When they're young, you can guide, you can direct, but they have a life of their own.
Mm.
Is in the place
Mm.
of prayer you will understand that this person is not like the other person. So when it
Mm.
comes to the kind of jobs, we try to make sure that whatever you want to study is relevant to the market. Because if you study it for yourself, all I want to do is this, and at the end of the day, nobody understands what you're doing, you can't transfer it to make
I create
money.
value. Mm.
Are you getting
Mm.
me? It would just be you
Mm.
went to school for yourself. No, we didn't want a case that, oh, my mommy said I should be a doctor and I wanted to be a computer scientist. No. What do you want to be? Let's start knowing now so that we'll start
Mm.
praying. And from the get go, our first child kept saying she wants to own a school, she wants to work with children. It didn't make sense. But because
Mm.
I also love children and I understand where she was going to, I'm like, go for it. Right now, she's about to graduate, studying early child education and youth counseling.
Oh, wow.
And she loves working with children with special needs. And this is
Oh, wow.
not common. You need to have a lot of kindness and compassion in you to work with
Yeah,
them. And that is her
absolutely.
niche. So she's not, oh, this is how far. And when she will tell me some things, I'm like, you're already in my future, my girl. You are there.
She's there.
Because
She's there. She's
I'm
there.
telling you,
I
because
think,
it's a
I think,
skill that you can use forever. People will always have
yes.
children. And when they
Mm-hmm.
have children, special needs is different spectrum, is different areas.
Different
But there will
game.
always be
Yeah.
somebody to advise and to support and to help you with all of that. Our second
I
daughter,
love
she's
it.
always said, oh, it's law. Even when this girl is like a science student. She did maths and some science courses till a final year. We're begging her, Davina, go to the medical. No, it's law, it's law. First time I heard medical malpractice attorney was from this girl. I said, what is that? She said, no, no, in Nigeria, this is what happens in medical. I want to be able
Let's
to
have you a lawyer
advocate for.
because
I'm like, okay. But
go
right
for it.
now, she's planning to do the law, doing something else. She has gone back to health again. I told her, I said, I know
No,
that
that's
this
sweet.
doctor thing is not far. But since this is what you want to do, she will tell me,
I love
Mommy,
it.
I want to do this course. I'm like, until you graduate, I don't know what you are reading.
Like this. So,
Because I'm telling you, now she's in the mental health, like she's in health space, doing research with a
mm,
professor, doing some things. You're supposed to be reading international relations. Now she's even organizing a seminar soon on women's health. I'm like, this girl, you have just gone straight for medicine. But
I love it.
I'm telling
She's,
you,
she's 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 very diversified, and so she doesn't want to streamline herself in medicine, and which is amazing. And I think it's because of the exposure that you've also given to her.
yeah,
Like you said, with all these workshops and mentors, she knows what she wants per time, and she's going for it. And so she'll be all right. I trust my Davina. She will be all
I'm
right.
telling you. Our son has said, oh, he's engineering and he's doing very well in his own space. But what am I saying? You have to be deliberate with these children. You have to be
Mm,
intentional. And that's being deliberate is your faith, your prayers. You can't just leave
mm,
them to themselves. You have to be a praying mother. You have to
yeah.
be a woman that, is praying them into God's purpose, into alignment with God's will. Okay,
Mm,
I'm big on that. And then you have to be available. They must know that they can come to you with their drama, with whatever they are going through. Don't
yeah.
be the kind of parents that they can't talk to. Be the
Okay.
parent that they can talk to. So that has helped us. And apart from just being able to talk to them, we've also introduced them to older siblings we know share our values that, oh, you can't talk to mommy, go and talk to this person if you have anything.
Mm,
And one thing I would tell parents is this: if you've done all and a child is still, in quotes, misbehaving, I tell parents they have their own parts. Your journey is not their
mm,
journey. There are things you've done that your mother does not even know about. There are
mm,
things you've done, like wayward things that you've done that your parents can never know till Jesus comes. And then you just
mm.
hear one small thing, oh, these are children. No,
We want to die.
they have their journey. All you will pray, and what I
Mm,
pray for them is, God, let them not commit damnable sins that will take their lives
mm,
and end them
mm.
where they don't
That they cannot
belong.
come back from. Yes.
So,
Yes.
but their
Absolutely.
journey, because they will have their story to tell. I use my life
Absolutely.
story to teach. So I always tell it's their story to tell wherever they end up. So when they do things, I don't say, hey, I'm a coach, so they're going to disgrace me. No, the shame is
They're
not
living
on
their
me.
life.
If
Mm-mm.
we want to rate God on Adam and Eve to say, oh, you had the first man, and you will rate him as a bad parent. But the Bible records he would come and gist with them, and they still went astray.
Are you are?
This is God Himself.
Mm.
Yesterday, I was having a conversation with my husband. I said, I've been reading the Bible and I just finished Revelation and I'm seeing some things about the devil. And I'm like, God, is he not somebody you created? Why are you still bringing him after keeping him at bay for 1,000 years? You still want him to come again? To do what? My husband was like, this question, I don't have answers to it. Ask God. I said, right now, I don't even have time to ask him. But I'm just upset. Why am I saying that? Just by studying. Everybody has
Mm.
their parts. By
Absolutely.
studying, you will know that people will be people. Things will
Mm.
go in the other direction. But the
Mm.
bottom line is praying God's will into their lives. To say, you know
Absolutely.
what? Let them be people that will bring glory to you. Let them be people that will, they must be people that will add value not just to my family, but to the world. They are solution
Mm.
carriers. They are champions. They are people that have come here. And it's such a blessing to groom and to be parents to these ones. So if
Yeah.
there's nothing I take seriously in my life, it's my parenting journey.
It's
Because I want to be
important.
able to say, these ones are arrows in your hands, Lord, that you can use for your glory. So every other thing, oh, the coaching thing is there, the business side of me is there. But I tell people, my life is my family. My life is my faith in God. My
Mm.
life is the future that I see that will become better. My legacy will be that of love and kindness. That when people see me, they experience God's love and kindness. When people see me, they experience personal growth in various areas of their life. When people see me, they experience, that connection with their maker. And I tell people, I have friends that are Muslim. I just tell you, become a better person in whatever faith that you have. As long as you believe in God, I don't have any problem with you. It's your journey, it's not mine. So, Brenda, let me let you go.
Been an amazing, amazing 1 hour. I mean, we could go on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
I know that you're a trove of wisdom. And even all of the things that you shared today, there's just so much to learn. I mean, we started off talking about, being a homemaker, but you've even tied it into parenting, into purpose,
Yeah.
into bringing our purpose on children. It's been amazing. And I just want to thank you for your time. I know it's early morning for you there, and you have had to get up and even with your busy schedule, make time for us. We're super, super grateful. And you help us to round off our March Women's Month with such an amazing, amazing, amazing session. God bless you, ma. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for
And
having me.
this has been Women's Matters brought to you by the Women's Growth Academy. We're a community of women who love God and who are interested in our growth. And if you want to join us, you can click the link in my Instagram bio and you can just join us. All you have to be is a woman. That's all. If you love God, better for you. We're happy to welcome you. So thank you so much and see you same time next Tuesday. Goodbye. Okay, ma'am.